Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Manny Pacquiao is leaving the door open for a possible retirement from the boxing ring after his defeat to Cuban boxer Dennis Ugas. In a press conference after the event, Pacquiao admitted that he was suffering leg cramps during the match that hindered his movement. He said this could have been the result of overtraining, but acknowledged he's not young anymore. With his recent loss, Pacquiao said he will have to think about whether to return to the boxing ring or retire due to his age and other commitments in the Philippines.
I've done a lot for boxing, and boxing has done a lot for me. I look forward to spending time with my family and thinking about my future in boxing. In my heart, I want to fight. I want to continue fight. But the thing is, I have to consider also my body. I have to consider a lot of things, especially of my works back to the Philippines, back to my country. There's a lot of things that I need to accomplish and.
The family of boxer and Senator Manny Pacquiao can't deny their disappointment over the judge's unanimous decision in favor of his Cuban opponent. To give us more details on this, Gemma Vansenia is joining us live from General Santos City. Gem, what's the general sentiment over there at Gensan? All right, we'll circle back into Gemma Vansenia for that report. Now, in other news, Tuguegarao City will remain under the strictest enhanced community quarantine for another week. This was approved by the regional IATF, which first agreed to extend the ECQ in the city for additional 7 days if the COVID-19 case did not, or if the COVID-19 case in the city did not dip. The 10-day ECQ was first implemented on August 12, but it apparently did not work as the number of active COVID-19 cases in Tuguegarao increased to 1,255 as of August 21. With this, the implementation of the guidelines under the ECQ status of the city will be further intensified. Tuguegarao City Mayor Jefferson Soriano said they will continue to provide assistance to affected residents. Now, Filipino workers vaccinated in the Philippines will be soon allowed entry in Hong Kong. In a press release, the Labor Department said the Hong Kong government has agreed to accept vaccinated overseas Filipino workers by August 30. This as long as OFWs can present COVID vaccine certificates issued by the Bureau of Quarantine. Now, upon arrival, OFWs will have to undergo quarantine in accredited hotels. The cost shall be shouldered by their employers. Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello said some 3,000 OFWs are awaiting their deployment to Hong Kong. Some health workers say they feel demoralized after hearing the Commission on Audit reports health department's supposed deficiency or spending deficiencies. Jed Calibon with the story.
It's already past midnight, but healthcare workers at San Lazaro Hospital were still providing assistance to patients at the triage. They said this is their devotion. During each breaks, they were seen sharing light moments as if they don't face any challenges. Nurse Jamie De Guzman contracted the virus in March this year and got sick for more than a month. But she did not receive her supposed 15,000 pesos compensation for a moderate case.
A week after June 7, pumunta ako doon, sinabi na cut off na nung June 7. Alam mo yung sinabi nyo pagka yung nagka-COVID, in line of duty naman ito, tapos may compensation kang 15,000 ka. Tapos sabihin na biglang nagka-COVID.
De Guzman also lamented that her special risk allowance starting December 2020 was only given last month. What's even worse is that she received only half of its 30,000 pesos expected SRA. But for her, she was still fortunate because many of her colleagues did not get their allowances at all.
And ayun ma'am yung pinakamasakit eh. Diniprive ka na, and in order for you to really get that benefit, any benefit, you have to fight for it. Kailangan i-struggle. Hindi ba pwedeng it should be given freely?
De Guzman admitted that they felt more demoralized when they heard about the report of the Commission on Audit. Recall that the state auditors flagged the Health Department for its deficiencies in the use of some 67 billion pesos.
You feel na nanakawang ka ng dapat para sa'yo. So imbes na these little things, these benefits are supposed to boost the morale kasi nga hailed as heroes, di ba? Very thankful, pero we don't really feel it from the government.
But despite the lack of sleep, support, and time for their families, she chose to continue on her duty.
Everybody is still fighting. Yun yung sabi ko let's not allow other people to put out our fire. We have to keep fighting. Kasi hindi pa tayo tapos.
De Guzman called on the government to give the benefits they deserve as frontliners. Reporting for News 5, Jen Calimon, we are One News.
Circling back now to our top story, the family of boxer and Senator Manny Pacquiao cannot deny their disappointment over the judge's unanimous decision in favor of his Cuban opponent. Let's get more details on that. Gemma Bansenya is joining us live from General Santos City. Gem, good afternoon. Can you tell us the general sentiment of the family there at Gensan?
Riza, relatives of Senator Manny Pacquiao here in General Santos City are saddened about the results of the boxing match. But there is one person who seemed to have accepted the boxer's defeat, and it is Mami Janisha. Pacquiao's sister, Lisa Onding, said it is obvious that there were irregularities during the fight. Lisa maintained that her brother was cheated, but the boxing champ's mother, Janisha, said there is no need for a rematch. Janisha, or Mami D, said Manny's loss meant it really is time for him to hang up his gloves. Still, she said what's important to her is that Manny did not lose via a knockout. During Pacman's fight, Mami D kept praying for her son's victory inside the San Isidro Labrador Chapel. Meanwhile, Pacquiao's colleagues in the government continue to show their support despite the turnout of the event. In a statement, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said Pacquiao's defeat, quote, would not diminish the honors he bestowed to our country and the joy he gave to our people. Riza, we also spoke to some of Pacquiao's fans here in General Santos City, and all of them said that they are very proud of how the idol fought the new WBA welterweight champion. Riza?
Thank you for that report. Again, that's Gemma Bansenya reporting live from General Santos City. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. Despite the threat of COVID-19, the Commission on Elections says there will be no online filing of certificates of candidacy. The poll body said the COC should be filed by an aspiring candidate personally or through an authorized representative. The filing of COCs for the 2022 elections will be from October 1st to the 8th. National Police Chief General Guillermo Elizar directed units in Metro Manila to coordinate with local government units on outdoor exercise policies. Under the current quarantine classification in the National Capital Region, outdoor exercises near home is allowed but within a specific period. LGUs are given free rein to set the hours when outdoor exercising will be allowed and prohibited. Elizar told police personnel to be aware of the regulations to avoid any confusion on the enforcement of the policy. And vaccinated passengers can continue availing of free rides in public trains until the end of the month. Those qualified are commuters between the ages of 18 and 65 who have at least received their first COVID-19 shot. They should be APORs or authorized persons outside residence, meaning they have to leave their houses for work or to avail of essential goods. Free train rides will only take effect during peak hours from 7 to 9 a.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. for MRT3 and LRT2 and 10 in the morning till 3 p.m. for PNR. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. You may also visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.